So my name's David Weeks. My company is Dave's Waste Away, and we provide waste collection, removals, scrap metal, and pretty much anything that you're going to chuck away, we'll collect.
And what's your targeted areas?
Plymouth, Devon, Cornwall, and depending on how big the job is, we're willing to go further afield.
How long have you been on board with Leeds Every Day?
I would say over a year now, probably a year and a half.
And how did you first hear about Leeds Every Day?
You phoned me, you contacted me. I was a little bit sceptical, to be honest, because lots of people promise you a lot of things, but the guys seemed genuine, and I was willing for the price to make a judgment and go for it. I didn't have much to lose, really.
And how were you generating business before you joined Leeds Every Day?
That was the big question. I wasn't. I would generate family and friends. I would post leaflets and cards, but that's very slow and some people don't read them. I did a few Facebook ads. They were hit and miss, to be quite honest.
How does that compare now that you're with Leeds Every Day?
Well, now I get regular work, and that's all I really need.
In your own words, could you sort of explain how our service works?
So basically, you create a website around my company. They phone directly to my phone through Leeds, so I know it's come from you guys. So it comes up on my phone, Leeds Every Day. It gives me all their information, so their name, address, postcode, and sometimes what they want being removed. It was relatively easy to start.
How would you say your business was going before you joined us?
It was slow. It's difficult running your own business because getting it running and getting your name out there is the most, because I'm trustworthy and I'm hardworking. Does anyone know that? Well, it takes a long time to prove that. It's all right saying it. So the only way you're going to get that is through finding the right advertising company to get your name out there as quickly and as safely as possible.
And how would you say that's changed your business now?
Oh, it's grown massively. But as for where it was going, I would probably say that I would be very flat if I didn't have leads and probably not running the company.
What were your thoughts when we first explained how much it cost?
Depending on how you feel about it, obviously anyone phoning you up and asking for £600 a month is going to set alarm bells. But you weren't tied in. That was the main thing. There was no contract. I could finalise it or cancel it at any time.
How many jobs would you say you do on average? A week, a month, off the back of our service?
On your 30 leads a month, I'll get pretty much 90% of them jobs because they've come directly to me. I would say 40 jobs a month out of leads because you've got repeat custom with some of the customers. You've also got their friends and they know people that need things. You also get businesses, which I wouldn't have got if I didn't have leads. I wouldn't be able to get in contact with these businesses. They wouldn't know about me. It'd be very difficult to get your foot in the door.
So you spend £600 a month with us. How much additional revenue would you say you gain a month as a result of the lead generations?
This month, I would say I've quadrupled. So if we're talking pounds and pence, I would say if I pay 600, I've made probably 3,000. It's only getting better now. The June, July, and August months are your really key months. So I'm looking at maybe £5,000 or £6,000 a month. Easily.
How would you say this revenue has changed your business?
If I wanted to branch out, it would be very easily now because I've got the work, I've got the customers, and I'm starting to get a name that people recognise through leads. And that's not just bigging them up, it's just saying the truth that there's no other way of doing it. Gone are the days of yellow pages, in the Evening Herald, really. You've got to get your name out there quicker, and it's got to be digitally. It's the only way I could see doing it, and now looking back, I'm glad I did.
So do you not think your business would have grown as quickly without
Not
Leeds
at all.
Every Day?
I don't think, it's hard to say, and it would be a guess, but I wouldn't say it would have grown even 10% as much as it's grown with leads.
What part will we play in your future?
You're going to play a big part in my future if I want to grow. I'm always getting people asking me for different jobs, different type of work, and that's something I'm looking at branching into. So that, that'll be more revenue for you. Maybe even skip hire and stuff like that. But at least it gives me a scope to go further in growing, whereas before I didn't really know how I would grow, and this gives me a sense of direction.
Can you see a future without us in it?
I don't class it as an outgoing if I'm making money. So it's a little bit like I would like to run my van on fresh air, but I need to put diesel in. But if the diesel I put in it's making me £1,000 a month, then I'm happy to put £100 of diesel in. So same with leads. If I'm giving you £600 a month and you're making me 3,000, then it's not really an outgoing. So I wouldn't class it as a burden. I would class it as a necessity.
What are your goals over the next 2 years?
Next 2 years is to branch out for Devon and Cornwall, become the name and the go-to company or the go-to guy for waste removal, clearances, etc.
And do you think these goals might take longer without the assist from Leeds Everyday?
I don't think I would have the work without the main reason companies go under is cash flow. If you haven't got the cash coming in, you're not a business and you're going to die quickly. There's no reason to give up Leeds, and there's no reason not to think that you're going to grow.
What would you say the biggest job is that you've had since you've been with us?
It was a big law firm that needed waste removed. They needed an office clearance because rents were so high and more people were working from home. So we cleared their offices, and what we made was brilliant for the company, and what they saved in rent was amazing for them. So it was one of them win-wins, which we all like. That was a company that's using us time and time again.
How has Leeds Everyday helped you?
They've helped me see that any business is possible and you can go out and do it. It is a jump in the deep end, like anything, but it's paid off for me, and it's paid off for many people that I've seen that's used Leeds Everyday.
Would you recommend Leeds Everyday to other businesses?
I've had people phone me from Leeds Everyday asking questions about their validity, whether they're good, whether they generate the work, whether they're trusted, whether it's not a scam, and they phone my home address and I talk to them for sometimes up to an hour. I'm not selling it, I just tell them what happened to me, how it's grown my business and how it could happen for them. There's no guarantees in life. I cannot guarantee that it will happen for them, but it did for me, so I recommend it.
What would you say to people who are thinking about joining Leeds Everyday but they're sceptical? What advice sort of would you give them?
I would say, what's your alternatives? If your company isn't growing or you're struggling to get work, you need to speculate to accumulate if you like, or you need to somehow change your direction. And Leeds Everyday gave me that. If they don't generate the leads, then they're not going to have your custom. So it's in their interest to generate the leads. I would say it's good to be skeptical, but for me and anyone that's watching, it's worth doing it, even if it's for a short term, just to try it and see where you get.
What do you think of our customer service and your account manager?
I think the account managers I've had have been great. They've always phoned me regularly, sort of 1 or 2, maybe 3 times a month. You want to make sure that you've got someone on the end of the phone who's in your corner trying to get your business running, and I felt like with Leeds that they were.